respectable. They say he cheats at cards, but his footprints are not found in any file of Scotland Yard's. And when the larder is looted, or the jewel case is rifled, or when the milk is missing, or another peak's been stifled, oh boy, as, or when the greenhouse glass is broken and the trellis past repair, there's the wonder of the thing, McCavity's not there. And when the Foreign Office finds a tree gone astray, or the Admiralty lose some plans and drawings by the way, there may be a scrap of paper in the hall or on the stair, but it's useless to investigate. McCavity's not there. And when the loss has been disclosed, the Secret Service say, it must have been McCavity, but he's a mile away. Find him resting or licking of his thumbs or engaging in doing complicated long division sums. McCavity, there's no one like McCavity. There never was a cat of such deceitfulness and suavity. He always has an alibi and one or two to spare. And whatever time the deed took place, McCavity wasn't there. And they say all cats whose wicked deeds are widely known, I might mention Mungo Jerry, I might mention Griddlebone, are nothing more than agents for the cat who all the time just controls their operations, the Napoleon of crime.
I don't know. This McCavity is just depravity. It might be my vanity, but I'd trade him for a manatee if I had half a chance.
Makes sense to me.
I was going to go with it's a good name for a Scottish dentist, but never mind.
You're right. Yes. Makes sense to me.
Well, well, Jeff, there you are. Since you're here, can we proceed with you? Oh, I'll do the meeting here. Mute it all.
I haven't opened up something to read yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let someone else go first before.
Okay, do you have an afternoon engagement that you have to run off to or anything like that?
Yeah, about 3:45. I'm gonna drop off.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll certainly get to you before then. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so onward to Dave Polachek, please. I'm muting everyone.
So Terry, are you recording?
I am.
Okay. Wanted to make sure that you hadn't forgotten.
It's always wise to check.
Right.
Oh, can I ask you, is my microphone seem to be working right? It kind of fell over. Okay, good.
Sounds fine to me.
And now I'll mute it.
Okay, this is a poem by William Blake. It's called The Tiger. And the tune is an old fiddle tune called Josio. tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. What immortal hand or eye had framed thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? When thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears, watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who make the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry?
Blake and no
That was
mistake.
great. That really works.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try one myself. Okay, this is a Jimmy Rogers song. And of course, my downfall on Jimmy Rogers songs is always the yodeling. And there's one high note in here I have a lot of trouble with. So just, psychically lift up my piece, my pitch, lift up my pitch, and I'll try to get through it here. Okay. I had a gal, what a gal, and her name it was Sadie Brown. I took her out to ride about when the moon was shining down. We'd sit alone when she got home, down on the old porch swing. And that dear little miss would steal a kiss. Softly to her I would say, oh Sadie, my little lady, I want you for my wife. Oh Sadie, lady, I got the words wrong. Let me try this again. Oh, hey day, my little lady, I love no one but you. Hey day, my little lady, won't you say you love me too? We'll get married in June, have a long honeymoon, and settle down for life. Oh, Sadie, my little lady, won't you come and be my wife? pray for the harmonica. Get the pitch up there. I had a gal, what a pal, but she left me alone one day. I didn't mind, because I find they most always do you that way. But in less than a day, I met Sadie Mae, and I handed her the same old line. Oh, Sadie, my little lady, won't you come and be my bride? Oh, Sadie, my little lady, I want you by my side. We'll be married in June, have a long honeymoon, and settle down for life. Oh, Sadie, my little lady, won't you come and be my wife? Okay. It's funny, this morning I just wasn't able to hit that note, but then I seemed to get it, but the harmonica lost it. I don't know how to explain these things.
It was still good.
Very nice. You got it on the harmonica. Very good.
Okay. Alrighty. So how about Stuart next? Muting.
Better do Jeffrey after me then.
Ready?
All right. This is on because Prince Philip died. I thought I'd do a Scottish song because he was this Danish, Greek, Russian, German, British guy, and Prince of Edinburgh, Duke of Edinburgh, excuse me, the Prince Philip. So I thought I'd do this to a song, the song written by Robbie Burns. I think Mary Jane did this a few weeks ago, so it'll sound nothing like that. So it's written by Robert Burns in 1791, and the tune is written by a guy from Kentucky, a minister from Kentucky called James Spillman, who wrote the melody in 1837, and a variant of that melody is often used for Away in the Manger. So here's a Flow Gently, Sweet Afton, written by Scotland's greatest songwriter, at least love songwriter, in my mind. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I sing thee a song in thy praise. My mare is asleep by my murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. Thou stock dove whose echo resounds from the glen, ye wild whistling blackbirds in yon thorny den. Thou green crested lapwing, thy screaming forbear. I charge you, disturb not my slumbering fair. How lofty, sweet Afton, thy neighbouring hills, far marked with the courses of clear winding rills. There daily I wander as noon rises high. My flocks and my mares sweet caught in my eye. How pleasant thy banks and green valleys below, where wild in the woodlands the primroses blow. There oft as mild evening weeps over the lea, thou sweet-scented brook shades my Mary and me. Now crystal stream Afton, how lovely it glides, and winds by the cot where my Mary resides. How wanton thy waters, her snowy feet lave, as gathering sweet flowers she stems thy clear wave. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, sweet river, the theme of my lays. My Mary's asleep by thy murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream.
Very nice.
Played in parlours all over the English-speaking world in respectable society in the late 19th century.
Yeah, a little different from, what was it, Away in the Manger? Because there's a part there that shifts into G.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
first
remember
line,
that
the first
material.
line is Away in the Manger, and then it shifts.
I
First
see.
line is Away in
Okay.
the Manger.
Yeah. Alrighty. Jim Turtelot, can you give us a ditty here? I'm muting everyone. All ready?
All right, I figure I'll favor you with a Steve Earle tune, which he asserts he is going to sing until he dies or it comes true. I woke up this morning and none of the news was good. Death machines were rolling on the ground where Jesus stood. And the man on my TV told me it had always been that way. And there's nothing anyone can do or say. And I almost listened to him. Yeah, I almost lost my mind. Then I came to my senses again and looked into my heart to find that I believe there'll come a day All the children of Abraham will lie down their swords together in Jerusalem. Now maybe I'm only dreaming, or maybe I'm just a fool, but I don't remember learning how to hate in Sunday school. Now somewhere along the way I strayed and never looked back again, but I still find some comfort now and then, like when the storm comes rumbling in, and I can't lay me down, and the drums are drumming again, and I can't stand that sound. Still I believe there'll come a day when the lion and the lamb will lie down in peace together in Jerusalem. And we can walk, and there'll be no barricades then, and there'll be no wires and walls. We can wash all this blood from our hands and all of this hatred from our souls. Still I believe that on that day all the children of Abraham will lay down their swords forever in Jerusalem. We must believe that one fine day the children of Abraham will lay down their swords forever in Jerusalem.
Wow. I don't think I'd heard that one before. Who did you say was the author?
Steve Earle.
Oh,
Good
Steve
job.
Earle, really? Ah,
Good job.
Yeah, it's he wrote it originally not for himself but for Joan Baez, and actually called her up and asked her if he could put it on his own album, because he figured, well, it's Joan Baez, you should at least ask.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a YouTube of Joan and Steve singing that as a duet on a stage in Rome from sometime in the early 90s. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, it sounds more Joan Baez than Steve Earle, doesn't it? Yeah. Great song, though. I'd never heard it. And I see that Rob White has joined us. And I think you're new. Are you? Had you been with us before?
Yeah, no, I haven't. David Polacek tipped us off very kindly about this. I
Ah.
hope I've pronounced his name. He's done a Herger Folk Club in North London, and I'm in North London, so it's great to be in Austin, Texas as well. I love this.
Well, welcome.
So,
to you.
hi, good evening, everybody.
So I guess you may have caught on the way we do this is we mute everybody and then you unmute yourself when it's your turn to sing. So
Got it. Just to say very quickly, my daughter's paying us a surprise visit, so I may need to bail out. That won't be.
well, look, since you're over there in that British summer time zone and you may need to bail out some, let's just go to you if you can give us a.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good.
Great. I'm going to
Okay.
mute everybody,
Yeah.
and you'll need to unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. And now it's time to do that.
There we go. Well, hi everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Is that okay? I can be heard. That's lovely. This song is quite a short song. It's actually a theme tune from a TV show here, a really nice TV show called Detectorists, which is it's a folk kind of theme. You probably know about it. They're these wacky guys who go out detecting metal, and it's a great series. And this one of the episodes actually involves them singing in a folk club, very like R1 Herger, which is normally in a pub in Harrow in North London. You see, so this is called Detectorists, and it's quite short. Will you search through the lonely earth for me? Climb through the briar and ramble. I'll be your your treasure. Oh, I felt the touch of the kings and the breath of the wind. I heard all the songbirds, they sang all the wrong words. Oh, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. Well, will you swim in the briny deep with me, or along the ocean floor? I'll be your treasure. Oh, I'm with the souls of the men who can never sing again. There's a place, follow me, for a love lost at sea. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
Yay!
Very nice.
And a lovely guitar arrangement too. What was the origin of that song again?
Well, the origin was this TV show. It's a series called Detectorate.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about some metal detecting guys who are convinced they're going to find the great this great relic, you know, and they're searching the fields and they're turning up things like ring pulls, and they pick up a ring pull and go, yeah, Arn Brew, 1973. I'll put it on the net. People buy this stuff, and then one day they do find something. And it's got a very mystical thing because it's taken on by the British Museum. It's something which was used in monasteries. It's gold and studded with jewels. And he goes to see it in the museum. I'll be very quick about this. And he's thinking, this is me in the British Museum. He takes a picture. And then deep in the background, there's this dark cloaked figure. You just see him for a second. And he's playing back the movie of him having, taken this picture. And the projector explodes. And the hint is that this was buried because some people were going to steal it from this monastery and they want it back. So what he does is he goes and gets a lot of money, because he's been given a lot of money, and he buries it so somebody else can find the money. So he exorcises the ghost. But mostly on the way, it's just this real funny kind of series with these kind of crazy guys.
Yeah.
Lovely guys. Really.
I didn't know the original. That's original music then from the series.
Yes, it is. It was written for it. And there is There's a scene in a folk club where he's playing for the love of his life, and the trouble is he plays mandolin. He said, I've got a problem. I can't play standing up. I have to sit down. He can't when he's standing up, he has to sit down cross-legged. And they sing this song. And in fact, the guy preceding them plays that song. He's a folk singer, and he wrote the song for the series. I'm talking too much. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right. Yeah, we watch a lot of British TV and read a lot of British novels, and I'm attempting to learn to speak English.
Well, don't do that. American is a wonderful language.
I learned this week that a skip is a dumpster, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
We have charity shops. You have thrift shops. Two of my best friends here, we love very much David Botvinnik and Gretchen Castle. She's a very big figure in the Quaker movement. She's retiring from that shortly, and we all sing together. We have a band called Peace and Plenty. We can only get together sometimes.
So who is the person?
Gretchen Castle is her name. She's Secretary of the World. I get this right. Gretchen Castle. Sorry, I'm mumbling.
Yeah,
I'm terrible
Gretchen.
mumbling. Gretchen Castle. She's Secretary of the
Yes,
World.
I know her very well.
Oh, well, there you go. I thought you did. I saw Quaker in your link.
Huge world. Yeah, that's right.
We love them dearly.
Gretchen was working, or she was related to someone who was working for a Friends General Conference when she lived in the United States.
Sure, yeah.
So we knew her from that, and then.
Well, she's coming back. We're losing them. We're going to be heartbroken because we just love them dearly.
Yeah,
they're
these
British and American citizens now. So it's We take
Yes,
that as a great
these-
compliment, and they are just the nicest people and
Yeah.
such fun and very good musicians too. So what more could you ask?
These rambling Quakers, you gotta watch them. My wife, Liz Gates, I call her the Where's Waldo of Quakerism.
Yeah, that's right. She's
And
everywhere.
we also we're involved in a group called Quakers United in Publishing, which is in the United States and in the UK and in Europe, and they have alternate times. We have meetings in the UK and meetings in the United
Oh,
States.
great
And,
stuff. Well,
so we have many Quaker British friends that we're most.
Great. Well,
So sorry, everybody, we had to
yeah,
go.
peace and plenty. Sorry, my fault. Sorry.
Storytelling is part of the folk tradition.
That's true.
True.
And oh gosh, we have no. There's Jeffrey. I was afraid we'd lost you. Well, can you take a turn now? I'll mute everybody.
All right.
We'll find out. Muting. You'll have to re-unmute.
All right, so I'm gonna play something on the viola before a good violist shows up. All right, so I'm trying to learn this tune. It'll take a little more work, but I'm gonna play it anyway. It's an English folk song called "Good Morrow, Gossip Joan," and it's in D on this sheet music I have. It might not be the easiest key. It might have been done this way just diabolically to give me a workout in having to shift. Thank you.
You nailed it. You nailed it. Excellent, sir.
Short and sweet.
Nailed it.
Oh, by the way, Rob, do you know Trish Karn?
No, I don't. I mean,
Oh, you don't. No, I was just another person from the intersection of Quakerism and
Yeah.
folk music in London.
I have rudely to go away. Could I? But I will try to come back. Terry, can I know your full name? I would love to tell Gretchen.
Terry Sorrell, and
Okay.
my wife is Liz Yates. She
Sorrell,
somehow doesn't remember me.
Double L, yeah. Okay. I love that viola is beautiful. Thank you, Jeff. That was really great.
I'm really fortunate to have a pretty nice viola. That just,
I love it. It's a beautiful instrument. Wonderful.
yeah, and I have a great instructor, and I'm working on it. There's another violist that shows up who does a really good job, and she sings too.
Got it. I'm being called, guys. I'm sorry. I will come back if I can.
Okay, we'll hope to see you again, if not this session. So there are plenty more. We
I'll
don't
come
know
back.
when they'll end. They just keep on going. So
I'm expecting my daughter's brought takeout, so I can't leave. That.
okay, well, to
This
take
was
out.
such fun. I come back as soon as I can.
Great, thank you, Rob.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, and I see Marlene. Glad to see you again. Is Marlene there? Hello, Marlene. Oh, I hear somebody, but I was going to go right to you since you're off in the distant time zone, but maybe you can't hear me. Okay, well, we'll see if Marlene comes in somehow. And for now, we'll, oh, I've completely lost track, but I think we're up to Mary Jane. I'm muting all. Ready.
Okay, I'm going to do a Johnny Cash song, but it's a kind of a, well, it's sort of a message song, I guess you could say. I'd sing more about the moral of this land, but all God's children ain't free. I'd open up every door I can, 'cause all God's children ain't free. I met a big and broken man, his shovel's dirt, but he got no land, and he held out his hand to me. All God's children ain't free. I'd sing along to a silly song, but all God's children ain't free. I'm gonna sing the blues for the men they done wrong, 'cause all God's children ain't free. Mister, how about the man you condemned to die by taking everything that he's living by and reject him from society? All God's children ain't free. No, reject him from society. All God's children ain't free. I'd be happy walking any street, but all God's children ain't free. I'd have a smile for all I meet, but all God's children ain't free. I'd whistle down the road, but I wouldn't feel right. I hear somebody crying out at night from a sharecropper shack or penitentiary. All God's children ain't free. From a sharecropper shack or penitentiary. All God's children ain't free.
Oh, I was unmuted the whole time. I hope I didn't rustle my papers too loud.
Good.
Now,
I didn't hear you.
oh, well, that's good. That's good. So do you know who wrote that? You said it was a
Well,
Johnny Cash
I
song.
thought Johnny Cash wrote it.
Actually wrote it, yeah.
Okay. They didn't say actually written, but his name was by it, and I looked it up on the internet, and I never saw another name. So
yeah.
I just assumed he did write some songs, and
yeah, he did.
This seems like the type of thing he might have written to me.
It sounds very Johnny Cash. I happen to be working on a couple of songs by Dick Fella. Did you ever hear Dick Fella?
No.
Yes, Alice heard of Dick Fella. Well, he wrote a lot of songs for Johnny Cash, and he was a terrific fingerstyle guitarist and songwriter. And it's the day Uncle Jack quit dope, and Uncle Hiram's homemade beer, and I'm gonna try to learn a couple of those for you. He later changed his gender, which is interesting for a guy named Dick Fella, but he changed his gender and changed his name to Dina Ray something or other. Anyway, fascinating character, and just Johnny Cash just put me in the mind of that. But we are now ready for, well, it looks like Susan got away. I don't know, and I'm still wondering if Marlene is there. Are you there, Marlene? Well, I saw a flicker, a little flicker of video and a little murmur of audio. There you are. Are you able to give us a song?
Okay. Yeah.
Great.
Ballad of Barbara Allen.
Okay,
Lots
I'm
of
gonna
words
mute
there.
everybody.
So great for Zoom.
I'm gonna mute everybody first. Okay, so you'll have to unmute again. Okay, all ready for that. Marlene, you need to unmute one more time. Sorry.
Okay, there are two versions. One, Joan Baez, which it uses the archaic English, and the other by Simon and Garfunkel, which is more modernized. I'll do the Garfunkel one, which is an easier melody. Okay. All in the merry month of May, when great buds all were swelling, sweet William on his deathbed lay, for love of Barbara Allen. He sent his servant to the town, a place where she did dwell in. Said, Master dear has sent me here. If your name be Barbara Allen. Then slowly, slowly she got up, and slowly she went to him. And all she said when there she came was, young man, I think you're dying. Don't you remember the other night when we were in the tavern? You drank a toast to the ladies there and slighted Barbara Allen. He turned his face onto the wall. He turned his back upon her. Adieu, adieu to all my friends, and be kind to Barbara Allen. As she was wandering by the fields, she heard the death bells merrying, and every note did seem to say, hard-hearted Barbara Allen. The more it told, the more she grieved. She bursted out a-crying, oh, pick me up and carry me home. I feel that I am dying. They buried Willie in the old churchyard, and Barbara in the new one. And from Willie's grave there grew a rose, from Barbara's green briar. They grew and grew in the old churchyard, till they could grow no higher. And there they tied in a true lover's knot the red rose and the briar. La da da da, la 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 la, la la la, la la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
Very good.
Lovely. Thank you.
Softail,
And
indeed.
it's good to see you back. All righty. I guess we've lost Susan. She's must have popped out. Al Christian, there you are. Can you give us a song? I am muting. And we're ready for Al.
Okay, can you hear me? I've had some complaints about this mic. Are you hearing
Yeah,
me?
you're a little faint.
A little faint. Oh.
Yeah, you know, there's a mic volume adjustment.
How
Did you
about
know
this?
that? Huh?
Is this better?
It's a little better, but do you know about if you go to the audio settings, there's a way to turn up the mic. Do you know about that? Oh, you're muted now. That's why we can't hear you. Well, I'm going to mute everybody. We'll just do the best we can here.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll need to unmute one more time. Sorry. Okay.
How about now?
You're still a little faint. Here's what you can do. Down by the little microphone.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. On the audio settings.
Okay. And let's see. Oh, it says
And there's a microphone, and you can tell it to automatically adjust, or you can move the slider yourself.
Well, it wouldn't let me move the slider because I have, okay, I turned off automatically adjust, and it's all the way up now.
Oh, well, you'll have to give us some good volume when you sing. So,
okay, I'm gonna get on top of this, baby. I don't know, it just started doing this about a week ago.
Yeah, these things are finicky as always.
It just changed. Okay, I'm gonna give you a good holler here.
Okay.
Okay, what am I doing? Your song reminded me of this cat who did this, or actually two cats you should know down there. One lived in Kerrville, I think, and one lived in Austin. Jimmy Rogers and Kenneth Threadgill.
Oh yeah. Al, did you mean to turn your video off?
Oh no, but I probably did.
Yeah, click it one more time.
Okay, now you can.
There you. Nope, you're going again. There you are. Yes.
I clicked it 3 times. That's good.
Okay, good old Kenneth Threadgill. I remember him.
When it's peach picking time in Georgia, apple picking time in Tennessee, cotton picking time in Mississippi, everybody picks on me. When it's roundup time in Texas, and the cowboys make whoopee, way down in old Alabama, it's gal picking time for me. They got the bluegrass in old Kentucky, and Virginia's where they do the swing. Carolina, I'll be coming to you to spend the spring. Arkansas, I hear you calling, and I hope to be there soon. Well, we're gonna do a little picking underneath that Ozark moon. Now if hard times overtake me, oh, won't let the blues get me, 'cause I got a sweetie waiting for me way down in Tennessee. I know I'm gonna see her, and I hope it won't be long till we're gonna pick a little cabin and call it our mountain home. When the cotton pickers pick their cotton, I'll pick a wedding ring, and we'll go to town, buy a little gown for wedding in the spring. And I hope that preacher knows his business, 'cause he can't fool me. When it's peach picking time in Georgia, it's gal picking time for me. And that's credited to Clayton McMitchen and Jimmy Rogers as the writers of that song. I think Clayton probably wrote most of it.
Yeah, probably.
Clever song. I like it.
Yeah, it's good, and nice memories of good old Ken Threadgill. I remember I heard him sing that at the Split Rail. Do you remember? Are you of the Split Rail generation, Stuart? This was a long time ago.
No, I'm only 42.
Yeah, this was my 1960s period in Austin before I ran away and came
Yeah, I
back.
used to go down there.
Yeah, I should do that. Yeah.
I didn't sing because I didn't think I was capable of doing anything with a microphone, but
Yeah, I couldn't yodel
I
like
had
him.
friends that did.
Great. Okay. Oh, I guess we're all the way around unless Susan has come back. No, we may have lost Susan for the ozone here. So back around to Mark. Would you like to do another one? Well, I'll mute just in case.
Okay.
Oops, got to unmute again. Sorry, caught you in the lurch there.
Okay, I'm not up to singing as I've got to leave pretty quick because we're going to go to bed early and hope. But as instead of singing, I'd like to tell you a short story, I hope. As a man and his child walked up to the top of a tall hill, and they were looking out over the Pacific. And the child said, "Daddy, whatever happened to Uncle Rick?" And Daddy said, "Well, he is gone right from this spot." Now, the thing is, he was a very greedy man, and as his job, which was running as an import business, just didn't seem to suit him. So one day he was standing here, and suddenly the devil appeared to him and said, "Sell me your soul." And as Uncle Rick said, never all the tea in China. Satan said, "Not for all the tea in China?" Well, kid said, "What happened?" Dad just kicked the turf under their feet, and the aroma came up, and he said, "There was an awful lot of it, wasn't there?" That's a short by Ray Bradbury.
There you
Well, that's
go. That's cool.
Now I will leave you, and as
okay, pleasant dreams.
the best. Kisses to everyone. Bye-bye.
Mwah. So since Jeff is going to turn into a pumpkin shortly, let's just go over to him if you've got an offering for us. I'm muting everyone, we'll see.
Okay.
Uh-oh, you're going to have to unmute one more time, sorry.
All right, I'll read a poem. Let's see, what do I want to read here? I picked a few. Okay. This is called, this is a real downer. This is called Sheets to Hang. Film Photography 1, a lab. I attend. Downsized, cut loose in shreds, patches, and drizzles of paint. I won't expose my few nice clothes to darkroom agents. They stain. The kids in class dress playfully. Legs dodge drips. A blouse blinks midriff. Teacher asks, "Do you have bed sheets?" Hasty giggle, no offense intended. He flaunts my soggy print, guitar and books on chair. Points out a smudged switch plate, a cord, Venetian blinds marring my composition. If you could hang up sheets or blankets, allowing that I might not own sheets, dear me. Take lavender sprays on cotton poly twill, green fronds, the accidental backs, wan, gutless, frou-frou prints, etc., the ex tired of and dismissed in 1 Hertz truckload, tossed to dwell upon, bled through floral heaps, and guess if one of these rags might shape up in black and white. Thank you.
Great. Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Good voice, too, man. Good voice.
Okay. Oh, well, I think I'll slip in a cowboy song here in the interim. This somehow this song came up in the conversation a while ago, so I dragged it out and dusted it off. I think I heard it originally on a 78 of my grandma's, but it's goes back a ways in cowboy history, and it's a story song, so pay attention. It's a little long, but we'll get through it. Am I muted? No, I don't. Okay, here we go.
That way it's attached to my phone.
I'd up the tempo a little bit. We were camped out on the plains at the head of the Cimarron when along comes a stranger and stopped to argue some. Well, he looked so very foolish, he began to look around. It seemed just like a greenhorn just escaped from town. We asked him had he been to Chuck, he hadn't had a smear. So he opened up the Chuck box and said he could eat right here. Well, he filled up on some coffee and some biscuits and some beans, and started right in talking about the foreign kings and queens. All about the foreign wars and the land and on the seas, with guns as big as steers and ramrods big as trees. About a fellow named Paul Jones, a fighting son of a gun, a fighter and the grittiest cuss that ever backed a gun. Such an educated feller, his thoughts just came in herds. He astonished all them cowboys with his highfalutin words. Well, the stranger kept on talking till he made the boys all sick, and they began to look around to see if they could play a trick. Well, he said he'd lost his job upon the Santa Fe. He was going across the plains or to hit the 7D. He didn't say I'll come in some trouble with the boss. He asked if he could borrow a nice fat saddle horse. Well, this tickled all the boys to death. We laughed way down our sleeves. We said we'd give him a fine horse as fresh as you please. So Shorty grabbed his lariat and he roped the zebra done, and we gave him to the stranger and waited for the fun. Denny was an outlaw, he'd grown so awful wild. He could paw the moon down, he could jump up half a mile. Old Denny stood right still, like he didn't know, till the stranger had him settled, ready for to go. When the stranger hit the saddle, old Denny quit the earth. He started traveling upwards for all that he was worth. The yelling and the squalling and a having wild-eyed fits. His front feet perpendicular, his hind feet in the bits. We could see the tops of mountains under Denny's every jump. And the stranger, he was glued there just like a camel's hump. The stranger, he just sat there and twirled his black mustache, just like a summer boarder waiting for his hash. Well, he thumped him in the shoulders and he spun him round when he whirled. He hollered to them cowboys, I'm the wolf of all the world. And when he had dismounted and once more upon the ground, we knew he was a thoroughbred and not a dude from town. Well, the boss, he was standing there and watching all the show. Walked over to the stranger and said, you needn't go. If you can use a lariat like a rope, you're done. You're the fella I've been looking for since the year of one. And now the moral. When the cattle they stampeded was always on the spot, he set them off to nothing like the boiling of a pot. Well, there's one thing and a sure thing I've learned since I was born. Every educated feller ain't a plum greenhorn. Whoopee.
K.O.
Yeah.
Hey. MF.
Okay. Okay, how about Dave Polachek next? Oh, I got to mute here. Hold on.
Okay, then.
Muting everybody. Oops. And all ready for you now.
Okay, then. This is an old song. It's by Richard Farina, and it's called Pack Up Your Sorrows. It's not explicitly stated in the song, but it only really makes sense to me from a religious or spiritual context. See if you think that's what it's about. To me, that's what it's about. No use crying, talking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many bad times, too many sad times, nobody knows what you mean. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows, give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use rambling, walking in the shadows, trailing a wandering star. No one beside you, no one to guide you. Nobody knows who you are. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows, give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use roaming, going by the roadside, seeking a satisfied mind. Too many highways, too many byways, nobody's walking behind. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. Crying, talking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many bad times, too many sad times, nobody knows what you mean. What if somehow you could pack up your sorrows, give them all to me? You would lose them, I know how to use them, give them all to me. You would lose them, I know how to use them, give them all to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Dick and Mimi. Yeah.
So the chorus, actually, the chorus was not written by Farina. It was written by his sister-in-law, Pauline, the oldest of the Baez girls.
Oh, yeah.
How interesting.
There were three.
You don't hear much about Pauline.
Ah,
True. It's true.
Who was?
it was
Oh, the other one was Mimi, of course. Yeah.
Right.
potentially a great trio, but it never happened in public, at least, I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
it's
although
like-
they did make a what would now be a very controversial anti-draft advertisement together, which was the three Baez sisters sitting together under the slogan "Girls say yes to boys who say no."
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. They're as mysterious as the other two Seeger sisters, Penny and Barbara.
Joan certainly lived that one out, didn't she?
Yes, indeed. Okay. All righty. Well, I see Stuart getting ready. I'm going to mute everybody. All yours, Stuart.
Okay, just making sure I had the right whistle and everything. Anyway, this is a simple tune, and one I learnt as a youngster, and I just fell in love with it. Peter, Paul and Mary did a version. It's about Stubble was a racehorse, and I had the audacity in 2006 when my neighborhood band was forming in South Austin to suggest this as one of the band numbers before I realized it was really a kind of rock and roll folk bluegrass band. But we played around with a punk version of this, which we set aside. But I've been my name to other band members has been Stubble for the last 14 years. So we do Stubble, and I particularly liked it because it was some of the chord progressions and stuff, and the sentimentality of the story all appealed to me as a youngster, still does. And in fact, I think the Hollies, the pop group the Hollies, actually do a version of this song, believe it or not. Some on a beat track in the early 60s. Oh, Stubble was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine. He never drank water, he always drank wine. His bridle was silver, his mane it was gold, and the worth of his saddle has never been told. Oh, the fairgrounds were crowded, and Stubble was there, but the betting was heavy on the bay and the mare, and away up yonder, ahead of them all, am a prancing and a dancing, my noble Stubble. I bet on the grey mare, I bet on the babe, if I'd have bet on old Stubble, I'd be a free man today. Oh, the hoot owl she hollers, and the turtle dove moans. I'm a poor boy in trouble, I'm a long way from home. Oh, Stubble was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine. He never drank water, he always drank wine.
Thank you. Well, I thought I might, just to give you an idea of the variety of versions of Stubble, give you a verse from a couple of other completely different versions. Like this is Lead Belly. Let's see. It was a big day. Oh, let me bring this up. It was a big day in Dallas. Don't you wish that you was there? You would have bet your last gold dollar on that great man. You bet on Stubble, 'cause you might win. You bet on Stubble, 'cause you might win. So from another world. And then there's Cisco Houston, which is closer. Stubble was a good horse, and he held a high head, and the mane on his foretop was fine as silk thread. I rode him in England and rode him in Spain, and I never did lose, boys, always did gain. So we could probably come up with a dozen completely different melodies to Stubble.
Then there's the Irish one.
Oh, yeah,
Gallop.
there's an Irish
And
one.
all come listen to my story. It's of the bold Stubble, that noble racing pony.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good
Must have been a great horse.
Yeah, it's straying a little bit from actual, I don't know if you could call it a Stubble, but Molly and Tenbrook is one that I really liked. It's not Stubble, but it's the same story, really. Horse race. Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me of that Irish version. That's a good one.
I think the Molly and Ten Brooks was historically really a famous a horse race, and that there's also what was a famous horse race between Wagner and Grey Eagle.
Well, Stubble is such a common song, it makes you wonder if there wasn't really it's such a bizarre name for a horse too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was or not. If there was a real, that there's an identifiable race that can
Yes.
be.
Yes. And it wasn't Stewball, it was skewbald.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is the British way of referring to a paint horse. So that was originally skewbald, and they actually did race him, and that was the origin of the song.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they cross the Atlantic and all kinds of stuff happens.
Yeah, but we'll never know if there was a zebra done. Okay, enough of this horseplay.
Horsing around.
Yeah, all right. I'm getting a little hoarse from all this.
Don't have horse
Okay,
tunes.
so that was Stuart. So we're up to Jim Turtelot. Please don't sing about a horse, but you can sing about whatever you want, really. I'm muting everyone. All ready.
All right. This is a song that, like, I'm enormously fond of an Australian group that some of you may remember called the Seekers, and many of their songs were written for them by Tom Springfield, who was Dusty Springfield's brother. This is one of them, though. The melody is actually a Russian folk song called Stenka Razim. It's one of the few that was not a hit in America. And I think the reason for that is that no American knows anything about the Commedia dell'arte. You'll see why later. Say goodbye, my own true lover, while we sing a lover's song. How it breaks my heart to leave you, now the carnival is gone. High above, the dawn is waiting, and my tears are falling rain. Though the carnival is over, we may never meet again. Like a drum, my heart was beating, and your tears were sweet as wine. But the joys of love are fleeting, for Pierrot and Columbine. Now the harbor light is calling. This will be our last goodbye. Though the carnival is over, I will love you till I die. Like a drum, my heart was beating, and your kiss was sweet as wine. But the joys of love are fleeting, for Pierrot and Columbine. Now the harbor light is calling. This will be our last goodbye. Though the carnival is over, I will love you till I die. Though the carnival is over, I will love you till I die.
Very nice, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, I just discovered that I had the wrong microphone turned on and I had my original sound turned off, so I'd probably been sounding fairly crappy, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So we are moving on to Mary Jane, please. I'm muting everyone.
Okay, I'm going to do an original song. I don't think you've heard it before. Sometimes I forget what I've done, but I don't think I've done this one. It's called Tread Lightly, Tread Well, and it's about a naturalist named Timothy Treadwell. Jack. He left behind comfort and a habit of drugs. His fear was much greater of big city thugs than the bears who could weigh more than 1,200 pounds. He faced them, he filmed them, and slept in their grounds. It never was said of Timothy Treadwell that he would ever tread lightly. He danced through the forest glades ever so sprightly, cavorting with grizzlies until one was fed well. On Alaska's peninsula, grizzly bears dwell. These omnivores hunt with a keen sense of smell. One swipe of their long claws can decapitate, but Timothy Treadwell did not fear this trait. His belief was a natural world harmony of the universe, man, and the great grizzly. Overwhelmingly beautiful, peaceful coexistence, but fatally flawed by not keeping a distance. Lovingly named all the foxes and bears. He said he protected them 'cause he was there. As he ranted and raved about tourists and poachers, the wilderness must be made safe from encroachers. But his lifestyle had upset the natural order. It was tragic what they heard on his audio recorder. Timmy Treadwell and his girlfriend and the grizzly were one in a wild-hearted journey to oblivion. It never was said of Timothy Treadwell that he would ever tread lightly. He danced through the forest glades ever so sprightly, cavorting with grizzlies until one was fed well.
Very nice. Is that one of yours, Mary Jane?
Yes.
Yeah, somehow, it bears a certain rhyme and meter that bears the stamp of Mary Jane Ford. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, they made a movie about him. I think it was a Werner Herzog movie.
Oh, yeah.
And they played that song Coyotes that I did last week was played during the movie.
Yeah, I don't think Werner Herzog would ever use anything as cheerful as your song.
Well, no, he didn't. I mean, the
He
movie
was a
and
grizzly
other
fella.
stories I heard about Treadwell inspired. There were some documentaries on TV too about it.
It
So
had
I
a,
kind of got my head filled with the whole idea of it, and then I wrote the song.
Well, great.
he had an ironic name, did he not? So
Well, he did, and he did. I mean, it kind of almost seemed like he deserved his fate to a certain
he
extent.
was,
Just,
he was tempting fate.
I mean, he was really challenging the system here in this. And he stayed too long too. He stayed 1 year. He just didn't even want to go back home, and he stayed longer in this, getting into the winter where the bears were starting to get hungrier and prowling around for more territory. And this one was a rogue bear.
Not the West.
I can't bear any more of this. Yeah, it's like meeting someone in the bar and say, "What's their sign?" Okay, Al, will you give us one? Are you still there? There you are. Okay, I'm muting everyone.
Okay, trying a different microphone. How am I doing now?
You're doing just fine, but I'm still muting, so you have to unmute yourself one more time. Okay, wait. Now we're ready.
Oh, okay. I'm unmuted according to me. That's good. Doing better, huh? Well, I'll stick with the previous theme. Sitting alone in the moonlight, I was feeling downhearted and blue, when a thought crossed my brain. Please, no thing crossed my mind. Please don't think me unkind if I sing my thought to you. Horses don't bet on people. Horses have too much sense. Horses make no remorses. They pull wagons without recompense. People who wager on horses see their castles go up in smoke. Horses don't bet on people, and that's why they never go broke. Horses don't bet on people. Horses, if you have too much sense, they make their stable a palace, and they never ride home for the rent. People who wager on horses have a date with their fate, of course. Horses don't bet on people. Sometimes I wish I was a horse.
Another mighty fine equine song. And Stuart, did I miss you on the second turn around here?
No, you did 2 songs based on what I did.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you must be missing
Well,
something.
did you want to split? You did a little message.
No, I'm just saying I would disappear.
Okay, and don't be surprised. Okay,
Just
okay, that's fine.
Pure information, that's all.
So let's go on to Marlene then. Can you give us a song? I am muting everybody, and now you can unmute.
Okay. I'll do It Was a Lover and His Lass by William Shakespeare from As You Like It. It's a spring song. It was a lover and his lass with a hey and a ho and a hey, nonny no and a hey, nonny nonny no, that o'er the green field pass in springtime, the only pretty ring time, when birds do sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. In springtime, between the acres of the rye, with a hey, oh and a hey, nonny no and a hey, nonny nonny no, those pretty country folks would lie. Springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time, when birds do sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. In springtime, this carol they began that hour, hey and a ho and a hey, nonny no and a hey, nonny nonny no, how that a life was but a flower. In springtime, springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding. Sweet lovers love the spring in springtime. And therefore take the present time. Hey and a ho and a hey, nonny no and a hey, nonny nonny no. For love is crowned with a prime in springtime, in springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding. Sweet lovers love the spring in springtime. Okay.
I really love that one by good old Willie the Shake.
Yeah, he could write a few.
Huh?
He could write a few good songs.
Yes, he did. He did. Okay, that was and Ed Seymour. You are with us, joining us late. Would you like to give us some posy? I'll mute everybody in anticipation of that. You may unmute if you wish.
Thank you. Yes. Stranger, educated by books, not a cowboy by any stretch. Good fun was had by all at his expense. Gather all your sorrows into a sack. Give them to me. You see, as you lose them, I get to use them. Turn your sorrows into my music, blues. This could compel others to see. Never thought water, always thought wine. Cowboy, the vision, the clear progression. This horse was written in so many dimensions, so many cultures, all here in this moment. Could it be horse spirit? I say so long I regret to leave. The harbor is calling me, my love, my heart keeps beating. Tread lightly, fear the might of 1,200 pounds. 1,200 pounds, you say, grisly it seems. Then the kazoo softens the bite and removes much of the growl. Treadwell, girl and grizzly all in one. Downhearted and blue. Horses are not stuck this way. Horses never go broke, simply broken. In the springtime, pretty country folks. A ding, a dong, a ding, love in the air. Birds join in the chorus of springtime.
Good job.
And a perfect way to end our second round. And we've come to time for encores. If someone would like to give us an encore or a request.
I got one.
Dave? Okay, Dave, I'm muting everybody. Ready.
This is a little bit unusual because it's not going to be the whole song, but it has to do with these very old songs that we call the ballads or the child ballads. And these songs, obviously, to me, were created before we had a lot of entertainment options for poor people. So you could sing one of these on a cold winter night by the fireside, and it would provide a lot of entertainment, similar to what we get on television today. Lots of violence, lots of horrible things happening. And of course, you see that in the movies and TV now, but this is what they had back before then. And this is one of those songs. It's one of my favorites. It tells a really mesmerizing story, and it's got everything. It's got true love, it's got illicit sex, it's got murder, it's got supernatural things happening. It's great. It's got a beautiful melody to it. The only problem is there's 33 verses, and that means that most song sessions are not going to tolerate a song with that many verses. So here's what I've decided to do. I'll sing half of it now and half of it tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for the Stone Soup session to hear the rest of the story, how it all comes out. Clerk Saunders. Clerk Saunders and Maid Margaret were walking in yon garden green, and sad and heavy was the love I wot that fell the twa between. I think I'm going to move this up a whole step. Seems like it's a little low. Clerk Saunders and Maid Margaret were walking in yon garden green, and sad and heavy was the love I wot that fell there twa between. A bed, Clerk Saunders said, a bed for you and for me. Fino, fino, quoth Maid Margaret, till once we married be. For I have 7 brothers bold, to you they bear no goodwill, and if they find you in my bower, she said, they stick not your blood to spill. You'll take a napkin in your hands and bind up both your bonny. Then ye may swear and save your oath. You saw me no since late yestreen. And I'll take my sword from the scabbard and slowly, slowly lift the pin. You may swear and save your oath. You never let Clerk Saunders in. Then take me all up into your arms and carry me into your bed, that you may swear and save your oath. Clerk Saunders never in your bower did tread. It fell about the midnight hour, when they asleep in bed were laid, that in there came her 7 brothers with torches burning red. Then in came her 7 brothers torches burning bright, saying we have but the one sister, and see she's lying with a knight. And spoke the first of them, I know they have been lovers dear, and up and spoke the next of them, they've been in love for many a year. Then it's up and spoke the third of them, it were a shame true love to twine. And up and spoke the fourth of them, it were a sin to slay a sleeping man. And it's up and spoke the fifth of them, I swear they'll never be harmed by me. And up and spoke the sixth of them, we'll take our leave and go our way. But up and got the seventh of them, and ne'er a word spoke he, but he has striped his bright brown brand down through Clerk Saunders' fair body. Clerk Saunders started, Maid Margaret turned into his arms as asleep she lay, and sad and silent was the night that was atween their twain, and they lay all night in each other's arms until the day began to dawn. She turned him and kindly said, it's time, my love, that you were gone, for you are the sleepiest young man that ever my two eyes did see. For you laid all night in my arms, and I'm sure it'll shame to be. And she drew the blanket to the foot, and drew the sheet unto the wall, and there she's seen the bloody wounds, and his two grey eyes were pale and cold. And it's cursed be my 7 brothers, and an ill death may you die. You dared not fight him on the field, but slew him as he lay with me. So tune in tomorrow for the rest of the song.
Yeah, to be continued. That could be a great tradition. But we got in lots of sex and violence already. I'm not sure what can be added, but we'll
just wait and see. Wait and see.
I'm in great suspense. So everybody join us tomorrow. Anybody else want to do an encore? Is that Marlene waving her hand? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm muting everyone. Marlene, you may unmute. Marlene, you need to unmute.
Okay.
There you are.
Well, I need the words. Okay, got it. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back my Bonnie to me, Bring back my Bonnie to me. Last night as I lay on my pillow, last night as I lay on my bed, Last night as I lay on my pillow, I dreamt that my Bonnie was dead. Bring back, bring back, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, bring back, bring back my Bonnie to me. Oh, blow the winds o'er the ocean, and blow the winds o'er the sea. Oh, blow the winds o'er the ocean, and bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, bring back, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, bring back, bring back my Bonnie to me. The winds have blown over the ocean, the winds have blown o'er the sea. The winds have blown o'er the ocean and brought back my Bonnie to me. Oh, bring back, bring back, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Brought back, brought back, brought back my Bonnie to me. This is this was the Bonnie Prince Charles, right? I was going to save it for the Celtic, but okay.
Here's the cowboy version is, last night I got laid on the prairie. We bedded down deep in the burrs. And I wonder just why that young cowgirl neglected to remove her spurs.
Ah!
Wait a minute, I didn't hear the words. What?
Well, we'll play the tape for you.
Women are outnumbered around here, huh?
And Dave, there's a song that the Wattersons do called Barney, which bring my Barney to me, and I've wondered if it was related or if it's some invention of theirs. You know that one?
No, not really. I've heard it, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, let's see. I don't think I remember the tune. I'll do that one another time. It's a lovely little song, and it's the same theme. You know, he's over the ocean, and it's a song to one's seafaring husband. And blow you winds over the ocean and bring back my Barney to me. So, anybody else? That's his. Well, I'll do our usual farewell here, and hope to see you all tomorrow for Stone Soup. You think you could hold up for just the length of this song? It's a short song. It's all right. Happy trails to you. Until we meet again, happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you. Till we meet again. Some trails are happy ones, other trails are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Fine until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the better weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Okay, so happy trails all. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks, everybody. See y'all
Yeah.
later.
Thanks,
See
everyone.
you tomorrow.
Bye.